told you that the most powerful way to transform your entire life isn't about dramatic changes or all or nothing leaps, but something so simple you can start it today and not fail. In fact, it's so simple that most people overlook it, and yet it's backed by neuroscience, psychology, and some of the most powerful transformation principles that I've used with my own clients and in my own life. Hi, I'm Marina Papa, founder of the AP Method, and if you're ready to do life, love, and success in a way that actually gets you results, then this video and this channel are for you. So let's dive into today's topic. Now, if you've ever set big goals only to crash and burn within weeks, maybe something like a workout plan, a morning routine, starting a business. Now, you're not alone if you've experienced this. Most people fail at change because they try to do too much too fast. They think they need to wake up at 5 a.m., meditate, run 5 miles, journal, drink green juice, and just completely reinvent themselves overnight. And when they can't sustain it, that's when people give up. But what if I told you there's a method that doesn't require superhuman willpower or massive discipline, a method that works with your brain's natural wiring and not against it? That's what habit stacking is. And in this video, I'm going to give you the psychology, the science, and 3 tools you can use today, yes, right now, today at the end of this video, to change the way you create habits forever. And if you stick around until the end, I'll also walk you through 3 actions that will lock this in for the next 7 days. So if you've ever struggled to stay consistent, this one is for you. You're gonna love it. Now, I want you to imagine something. Imagine your life 90 days from now. Imagine that you've built just one new habit every 2 weeks. Maybe you started with drinking water in the morning, then journaling for 3 minutes, then a 2-minute meditation, then 10 minutes push-ups. Now, in 3 months, you'd have stacked 6 new habits without overwhelming yourself. 6 habits that actually feel automatic at this point. Do you realize how different your life would feel if you weren't fighting yourself anymore? Like, have you ever actually asked yourself this? And by the way, if you're serious about transforming your habits and rewiring your identity, I'm running my Freedom Formula workshop where we go deep into this process and we build it out together. The link is in the description. Let's talk about the science behind why this habit stacking process works. The first principle is neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself. For decades, scientists thought our brains were fixed, but research from London taxi drivers, yes, taxi drivers, proved otherwise. A study from University College of London showed that their hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for spatial memory, literally grew larger as they learned the complex map of London's streets. So why does this matter? It's so random, right? Well, because it proves that repetition and learning physically reshapes the brain. Every time you repeat a habit, even a small one, you're carving a deeper neural pathway, making it easier and easier until it becomes automatic. The second principle comes from behavioral psychology, habit cues and anchoring. Now, BJ Fogg, a researcher at Stanford, discovered that the fastest way to create a habit is to anchor it to something you already do automatically. For example, instead of saying, I'll meditate every morning, you say, after I pour my coffee, I'll take 3 deep breaths. That anchor, your coffee, becomes the trigger. It's like a stacking of a new habit onto a strong foundation. Now, this is exactly what I do in my own life. For example, just to give you a little personal dive into my everyday, every morning, I go into the kitchen, I put the kettle on for my coffee, and I take my vitamins. Now, that's always been part of my routine. I implemented it a long, long time ago. But instead of just waiting for the kettle to boil, I've stacked a quick 5 to 10 minute energizing workout right there in my living room. So now, every single morning whilst my coffee's brewing, I move my body. It's short, it's simple, it's snappy, and because it's tied to something I already do, which is making my morning coffee, it happens automatic. I don't even think about it anymore. Another example is my shower habit. Yeah, I'm about to go there. I used to love going to saunas for the health benefits, but my schedule was so busy that I couldn't realistically keep it up. So I created a micro version. So every morning I take a hot shower, then I finish with 2 minutes of freezing cold water. Now that habit is now automatic because it's built on top of something I already do, which is showering anyway. So I didn't have to find new time in my day. I just layered the new habit onto an old one. And one more, this one has completely transformed my mornings. I used to wake up, stay in bed for like 30 minutes and scroll through social media. So like the pointless junk for our brains, total junk. And now I still stay in my bed for 30 minutes, but I've stacked a new habit onto that time. I do guided scripting or a visualization meditation instead. So the same time frame, same comfort, same place, but now I'm programming my mind for success instead of filling it with noise. And this one shift has changed the way I start my day, my focus and my energy, and just the whole way my day now goes. These are very simple tweaks. I didn't reinvent my schedule. I just anchored better habits onto the ones I already had. And you can absolutely do this too. Now, the third principle is called the compound effect. And Darren Hardy talks about this in his book. But there's also fascinating research from the University of London that shows people who focus on one small habit at a time have an 80% higher success rate than those who try to overhaul multiple areas of their lives at once. Why is this? Well, because success builds momentum. You win once and your brain says, we can do this. That win creates a dopamine hit and dopamine motivates you to keep going. This is why starting small is not just easier, it's actually much smarter. So how do we make this practical? Let's get to the good bit. Now here are 3 tools to make habit stacking foolproof for you. Tool number 1, the anchor method. Start by writing this sentence. After, and write here an existing habit, I will, write here the new habit. For example, after I brush my teeth, I will floss 1 tooth. Yes, 1 tooth. It sounds silly, but BJ Fogg proved that this works because it's too small to fail. And once you do this 1 tooth, you usually do them all. But even if you don't, you're still winning because you're still doing 1 more than you ever were. I know this is ridiculous, but it really, really works. Now, tool number 2, the 2-minute rule. If a habit takes more than 2 minutes to start, it's too big. So start tiny, 1 push-up, 1 glass of water, 1 minute of journaling. Action beats inertia every single time. And once you start, you naturally keep going. And you also prove to yourself that you can actually do this. Now, tool number 3, the celebration hack. When you complete your habit, celebrate. So say something like, yes, do a little fist pump, like have a little dance, whatever you want to do. Just give yourself a little pat on the back for having done it. BJ Fogg's research shows that emotions, not necessarily discipline, are what hardwire habits. So what you're teaching your brain is that this is who I am now. I'm doing it. I'm stepping into that level of myself. So you're building these memory loops and these confidence loops within yourself. Now, here are 3 actions for you to do right now as soon as you finish this video. Action 1, pick 1 habit, just 1 habit. Write it down. The second thing you're gonna do is you're gonna choose an anchor, something that you already do, something that's a normal part of your routine, you don't even think about it anymore, and pair it with that habit. Action number 3, commit to it for 7 days. Keep it so small that failure isn't even an option and commit to doing this for 7 days. Guys, this works, I promise you. And if you do it, you'll feel a shift in weeks. Not because the habit itself will transform your life overnight, but because you'll be proving to yourself that you can follow through. And that proof is what changes everything. So here's what I want you to do now. Comment below with the habit you're going to stack. Declare it loud and proud. When you say it out loud, it becomes real. And if you want to go deeper and really map out a transformation that sticks, join my Freedom Formula workshop. This is exactly what we do there. We build the version of you who doesn't just try to change, but who actually does that change, and you become the version of you that you've always known you're capable of being. Start small, stack smart, and in 90 days, you'll look back and realize this was the moment everything shifted. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget, give me that thumbs up, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in the next video where we're gonna talk about this little compound effect. I'm gonna tell you something super, super cool in my next video, so stay tuned for that. subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll see you there. Bye.